Hi, it's Aaron Curry here. And if I could get one message out to every property investor in the UK, it would be this. Your financial future is far brighter than you can possibly imagine right now. That is if you can look past today's headlines and read the real trends that will drive the market tomorrow, for the rest of this year, and in the coming time. I'm not saying that you don't have reason to be concerned. You know, the fear in the media and what they're printing is real. It's not imagined. You know, it's been an incredibly tough time for people, financially, physically, emotionally, and people have died. This has been a difficult time. So it is real. It's not imagined. But also the triggers that made the property market drop 10% are real and not imagined as well. We're buying deals with an extra 10% discount on top of what they were in February. That's real. And the property market is going to bounce back faster than the newspaper headlines would make us believe. So that means there's a very short window when you can buy property at the bottom of the market with virtually no competition. A short window when you can ethically buy property with 25 to 30% discount versus February prices. What you would have paid in February, 25 to 30% discount. And you'll find world-class property easily right now, or more easily right now, because the number of people looking to buy a house has fallen to an all-time low. So if you're looking for the best time to buy property, the time when it's easiest to find huge discount deals, and when you'll grow your wealth the fastest, this is it. This is the financial freedom moment of our lifetime. And there's one skill, just one, that stops 90% of ambitious investors from building a property portfolio at the speed of their ambition. Because you're going to need to move quickly. If this is a limited time at the bottom, you're going to need to move quickly. So what's the one skill that stops 90% of investors? Just one skill. What is it? It's ethically sourcing world-class properties. We can do this ethically. It's ethically sourcing world-class properties. Now, if you're thinking, I want below market value, Aaron, I want BMV, then part of what makes investment property world-class is the discount on the purchase price. Part of it. Okay. And a world-class, there's lots of other parts as well. And a world-class investment property is much more than only the discount on the purchase price. In fact, at the start of my journey, the only rule that I had for a good investment was it had to have a discount. I went out looking for properties. They just had to have a discount. That was my rule. That one rule on its own gave me more stress and sleepless nights than anything else ever in my life, because I didn't know the other rules. And I don't want that for you. That's why I'm going to share with you some of the 13 sourcing techniques that my team at the Insight Group use to source over £100 million worth of property every month, world-class property every month. And I'm going to share with you my golden rules for world-class properties for every property strategy. You know, let's face it, if you're going to buy world-class HMOs, that's got to be a different set of rules. That must be different to buying world-class buy-to-lets. So I'm going to share it with you for every strategy. And I'll show you how to find world-class properties direct to vendor and direct to landlords. So the deals just come to you without the estate agents. Okay. And I'll show you how to turn every world-class property you find into a lucrative payday and recurring income, starting with none of your money. Okay, now that is a lot to cover, way more than we can fit into one video. That's why this video is the third video in our 4-part series. A 4-part series to show you how to source world-class properties so you can build a property portfolio at the best time in over a decade. Now, in the first video in this series, I showed you how to look past today's headlines and read the real trends that will drive the market tomorrow. And I shared those with you. And I showed you the 90-year trend that will drive the market tomorrow and long term, and why now is the financial freedom moment of our lifetime. So if you haven't watched that video, then go watch it now. All you have to do is see the link somewhere around this video, go click on that link and go watch that first video in the series. In the second video in this series, I gave you a 30-second tool, maybe even a 15, 20-second tool, sourcing tool to find off-market deals for free. Would you like to get off-market deals for free? This is the secret tool to attract more deals than you can comfortably buy faster than you dare to dream. It's the tool that I used back in 2013, and I share the story in that second video. It's a tool I used to source a deal with 237 properties in it. And the same week, one with 98 properties in it, and another with 28 properties in it. And I gave it to you. I shared that with you in the second video. So if you haven't seen that yet, again, look around this video somewhere, click the link to go and watch that second video in this series. But in today's video, I'm going to show you the 3 most powerful sourcing strategies my team use to find £100 million worth of world-class properties every month. Now, the first of these sourcing strategies might seem weird. It's estate agents. You know, after all, 90% of house sales, maybe even 95% of house sales go through them. But how do you use estate agents to make sure you get world-class discounted deals? You see, this sourcing technique I'm going to share with you, I actually stole this from someone else, because success comes from mastery, doesn't it? It comes from finding other people that are awesome at something and copy them. So if I take you back about 18 years, it's around 2002, and I got into working with a builder. Now, this builder was phenomenal at building. A guy called David. You know, he was about 50 at the time. Kind of real weathered skin from working outside all the time, working building, totally different from me back then. You know, I was kind of 27, 28 years old, and I get talking to David, and what David is brilliant at is building, renovating houses. He's kind of like, yeah, we find these houses that are falling down. They've got these big cracks in them, and we just pump them back up and rebuild it. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't want to buy houses that are falling down. He says, oh, it's nothing, you know. You just get a jack under them, you dig a big hole, jack them back up again, fill it in underneath. You know, he specialised in dealing with subsidence. He's like, that'll only be £6,000. We'll be able to sort that. Okay, and he was brilliant at it, absolutely brilliant at it. So we set up in business together because he was brilliant at that, but he was awful at looking after the money. It just wasn't his skill set. He couldn't even be bothered to track them. To be honest, I worked with him on kind of 6 or 7 deals, and I had to stop because it was so much carnage trying to track the money and what he'd spent it on and where it had gone, because he just wasn't good at that piece. But we did some amazing business together. We made some amazing profit. But the profit was driven by a £13 bag of tricks. A £13 bag of tricks that makes estate agents call you first when the perfect deal comes in. So this is the first sourcing strategy I want to share with you. How does this actually work? You won't believe it, okay? The bag of tricks is actually £1, but you might have to do it 13 times with a particular estate agent. And by the way, generally, there are a group of estate agents together. They generally camp out on the same street in town, don't they, in a town or a city. So you can go, you might have to spend £5 each day that you do this 13 times. It might cost you £65, but you get 5 estate agents ringing you with all their deals. So what did David used to do? Here's how it works. On the first day, it's Monday, it's kind of 9 a.m. They just open the door. You've got a bag of donuts in your hand, a bag of donuts. And you walk into the stage and you say, hey, I've brought these for you. And the people in there turn around, you know, the ladies and the guys in there turn around and go, oh, okay. And you go, see you later. And you walk back out of the estate agents. So you've not engaged in any other conversation. You've not done anything else. You've literally walked in with a bag of donuts. Hey, I've brought these for you. You've left them on the counter. You've walked back out. Now, what's going to happen in the estate agents now? They're like, what just happened? Who was that guy? Do you know him? Do you know him? Do you know? They're all talking about you now. Okay, someone goes over to the back. Is it a bomb? You know, they're not sure, but they realize it's a donut bag. They can smell it's a donut bag. They open it up. They're like, it's donuts. Do you think he's poisonous? Do you think we should eat them? Someone will tuck into the donuts. They eat the donuts. So now you're just this weird donut guy that came into the office on Monday. So they're talking about you. They're laughing about you whenever they go to the baker's. Get me some donuts. you've become part of their conversation. You met them for 5 seconds and just dropped off a £1 bag of donuts. Guess what you do next Monday? Next Monday morning, you walk in again. Hi there, I've just brought this for you. And you turn and you walk back round. Okay, now if they're quick enough, often they're not, but if they're quick enough, they turn around and go, hey, hang on. And you turn around and you say, what? They say, well, why are you bringing these donuts? I just brought them for you. And you walk off. Before they can ask you anything else, you just walk back out again. What's happening now? You're now the donut man, the donut lady. They're talking about you all week again. You know, one of them even starts to go, I wonder if we'll get donuts again next Monday. And guess what they get next Monday? You walk in, hey, just dropping these off for you. Wait. Why'd you keep bringing us donuts? What's this about? They're just a gift for you. I'll see you later. Bye. And you're off. Now, when you get to the 4th or the 5th time, you must wait till then. Okay, so you need to be good at making your escape. Don't be messing around. But when you get to the 4th or the 5th time, you're dropping the donuts off. They're like, hey, wait. You're like, what? They're like, why do you keep bringing us these donuts? Why are you bringing these in all the time? Now you'll open up. You say, hey, well, I tell you what. And David would say, well, I specialize in buying houses that are falling down. Okay, so I dropped the donuts off because I thought you'd like them. But if you've got any properties that are falling down, that are kind of derelict or got subsidence, I'd be really interested in them. I've got to go. I'll see you later. So you don't even give them time to step into that space to say, oh, I've got one, or I've got two, or I've got three. You're gone again. You're gone again. Okay. So what are they wanting? They're wanting you to come back with donuts, but they're wanting to give you something back. Given you shall receive. But as a human being, when you receive something, you want to give something back. You want to help out. Okay. Now you might not be looking for falling down houses. So you might say, well, do you know what? I'm looking for family-let property. If yours are an option strategy, you might say, I'm looking for family-let properties where the people living together hate each other's guts, but they still need to get full price. Now, when you need to learn more about that. Why would I be asking for that? Well, that's options. That's me teaching you about sourcing options, great options deals. Okay, and learning the rules around options. Or you might say, I'm looking for family-let properties where the vendor really, really needs certainty and to sell really quickly. That's leading to discount. I'm not saying I want discount, but you're saying that. Okay, yeah, I've got 2 or 3 of them. You're gone before they say I've got 2 or 3. So that's your 4th visit, let's say, where that happens. The 5th visit, you come in. Guess what? Guess what? You walk in with the donuts. They're like, stop. You're like, what? Okay, you're saying to them now, what? You said you were interested in deals. I've got some for you. Because they want to sell deals. That's how they get paid. I've got some for you. You've now got the estate agent fighting to give you those discounted deals, fighting to give you those options deals, fighting to give you those deals with subsidence. In the process of 5 or 6 deliveries, you've gone from not known to them whatsoever to someone they want to help and want to give deals to. Now, by the way, I'll keep going donuts forever. They can have donuts every Monday if they're going to be able to deliver in volume. I'm definitely going to do at least 13 bags of donuts to keep building that relationship, because they might not have a deal at week 6. That wouldn't stop me. Here's what people do. They quit. They go, donuts doesn't work, Aaron. It's rubbish. I'm like, you are kidding me. Yeah, they just didn't have deals that week. But next week, when that deal is fresh on the market, before they've even made a brochure for it, they'll go, do you know what you get called in the office? Donut man, donut lady. And like, we've got this new deal in. They'll go, oh, donut man, I'll have that. Cool. So then they've got a name for you. You're talked about in the office all the time. Are they talking about other clients of theirs? No, they're talking about you. And by the way, like I said at the beginning, you do that with one estate agent, but there's 5 of them, so you do it with all 5. Or there's 10 of them, you do it with all 10. You're now donut man in the whole town, but you're getting every deal in the town that meets your criteria put in front of you by that agent. So that's the first sourcing strategy that works. It just works. Remember, my team are sourcing £100 million worth of world-class property every month. We go on and buy 30 to 40 properties a month. And here's one of the key sourcing strategies. Let's talk about a second sourcing strategy that's totally different, but it's one, I love this one because this is one you can do from home. Literally sat at home, and you can actually outsource most of this second one. You can get other people to do most of the work for you. So here's what you do. Okay. If you live in a town or a city where landlords advertise properties to rent in the local paper still. Okay. So, some towns and cities don't have a local paper, sadly, anymore. But if you're in a town and city where you do, often it's a Thursday night, isn't it? So the Thursday night paper comes and you turn to where landlords are advertising their properties to rent. Okay. And they're looking for tenants for their properties to rent. If you don't live in one of those towns or cities, you can go on Gumtree, Zoopla, and you find those same types of landlords advertising their properties to rent. They don't really want to pay a letting agency, so they pay the paper or go on Zoopla or Gumtree and they post their advert. Okay. Now, what you're going to do in amongst those landlords will be some serious landlords, but there will also be many accidental landlords. This is where the accidental landlords first advertise. They don't really know what they're doing. They know they don't want to pay a letting agent. But by accidental landlord, I mean they may have moved in with their girlfriend or boyfriend, and they've got this second property, and to be honest, they just want it rented. It's not their skill set. It's not where they want to spend their time. They don't understand investing and building a portfolio. They happen to have kept it. They said, we may as well keep it. It might be a good idea to rent it. But they're advertising it. Now, and they can't be bothered to getting around to sell it. So what you're going to do, you're looking with this strategy I'm about to describe for the accidental landlords. You'll find other landlords who bite on it as well, but we definitely want the accidental landlords. And here's what's going to happen. Let's say there are, for easy numbers for me, 80 properties advertised to let. We're in a big town or city, 80 properties advertised to let in the paper. Okay, and the landlords are giving their mobile phone numbers, haven't they? So what you're going to do is we're going to text those 80 landlords a text message. Okay. Now, I want to make life simple because you can sit there and clunk out a text and press send and put the number in, and then you can do another, and then you can do another, and it's going to take you a while. Okay. But these days, there's real simple software. For example, Clickatel. I'm not saying Clickatel is the one you should use. I think it's Clickatel.com or something like that. But there's loads of them. Text Local, etc. There's loads of providers where you can give them a chunk of phone numbers. So if you put the phone numbers all on a spreadsheet, you can import from the spreadsheet into the software. It takes about 2 minutes to import it, probably 1 minute. And then you can click send, and you can send the same text to all 80 numbers all at the same time. And you can even do it so it appears like it was sent from your phone. So there's a box you fill in that says, make it look like it came from. And sometimes you'll get text messages where there's a word there. They filled in that box with the word, okay? It might be their name, okay? Or it can come up with a certain number. So it makes it look like, and if they reply, there's another box that says, if they reply, where does it go? So you can literally set it up. So you use the software to send the 80 texts, and it might cost 4p a text. Okay, so 80 texts times 4p, that's £3.20 to send these text messages. Okay, and you've spent £3.20 on sending them, and it sends a text message, the same text message to all 80. Okay, now what's the text message we're going to send? Would you like to sell your property fast? ? We will buy it guaranteed for 20% below its market value! ! Text back or call now. So would you like to sell your property fast? ? We will buy it guaranteed for 20% below its market value! ! Text back or call now. Now, guess what happens? Okay, you need to be thick-skinned. People are getting this text into their inbox. Some of them are going to tell you where to go, and I'm being polite. So you do need to be thick-skinned with this strategy. The first time I ever got someone to do this in my office, the replies really offended them. She ended up upset and crying, okay? So I want to be clear with you. You get some messages coming back. Now, people say to me, aren't I breaching rules, texting people that I've not got permission to text? They're a landlord. They've advertised their property to rent, and you're contacting them about that property. I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable I'm not breaching any rules here. So would you like to sell your property fast? We will buy it guaranteed for 20% below its market value. Text back or call me now. People offending me, people ignoring me, people not replying. Let's say I did that for 13 weeks. 13 weeks, it's cost me £3.20 times 13, it's cost me 40 quid. And just one landlord comes back to me and they say, I won't sell it for 20% discount, but I will sell it for 15% discount. And it's a £100,000 property. So I make £15,000 of discount on that purchase. How much did I spend? 40 quid. £40 to get a £15,000 discount. Now, by the way, I'll make your life even simpler. Write this down. Upworks. It's a website, upworks.com. Okay. On Upworks, you can outsource work to people anywhere around the world. You post a job. You say, I'd like somebody once a week to scan the local newspaper, because they have an online version, to get all the landlord's phone numbers, to type them into Click-a-Tell, and to send this message to them. Okay. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour to do it. Okay, people bid. They say, well, I'll do it for $5 an hour. I'll do it for $10 an hour if they're in America, $5 in Sri Lanka, maybe $3 in Bangladesh. It's a great income for them, and they're getting an hour a week of work, and it's a great value for you. You end up with someone on $3 an hour. It's costing you £2.50, £2.50, and they do the work. They scan the paper, send the text. You didn't even know it was happening. You just get the replies. Some of them offensive. Occasionally someone going, I'm interested, give me a call, or can you give me a call? Or they call you. Yeah? So now it's costing you the £3.20 to send the text and the £2.50, £5.70 times 13 weeks. I'm going to round it up, £6 times 30 weeks, 78 quid you spent to get a deal with £15,000 of discount. And all you did was set it up at the beginning and then never did a thing again. How many times are you going to do that? It's cool, isn't it? It's cool. That is property sourcing strategy number 2. Let me share with you strategy number 3. And you can choose, by the way, to do all of them, or you do the ones that work for you. You try them out and you do the ones that work for you. The third sourcing strategy is the most powerful and probably the most secret. Okay. These are all pretty powerful, and they're not used by, I don't know who else is using these. The Insight Group, we dominate this space. Okay, we build portfolios. We're 7 times bigger than the next competitor in the UK. So we dominate this space. We know how to source deals. Here's the third sourcing strategy, which is the most powerful and most secret. This is the only way to contact vendors the day their property sale falls through, with a lifeline to their dream house. You imagine there's a chain of 6 houses, and somebody in the middle of that chain today, for some reason, their purchase falls through. The chain collapses, it falls through. They literally are packed in boxes. They're in love with this dream house that they're moving to, and it's fallen through. Now, what day of the week do house sales complete normally? If people are going to move, what day of the week is it normally? It's not always. That's right, it's a Friday. Okay, so what day of the week do house sales fall through more than other days? That's right, it's a Friday. So if you sent a homeowner a letter on a Friday, you can reach them the day their property sale falls through. You're reaching them when they need your help the most. So here's what you want to do. You're going to look out for houses that have sold signs out there. It's blatantly obvious. They put sold up, don't they? Sold signs out there. You have a template letter. Okay, and you have a teenager. Okay, so the teenager's going to deliver the letters to these sold houses on a Friday. Okay, now what does the letter say? And every Friday they're going to do that. So every Friday between 4 and 6, you might have a teenager cycling around on the bike, and they're going to 25 houses in the location you're wanting to buy in that have sold signs up. And each Friday this letter's going through the door. And what does the letter say? The letter says, hey, I know you've got your property up for sale. If it's sold today, congratulations. You might be the new owners coming in, or you might be the old owners just about to move. Whichever you are, I want to congratulate you. Brilliant news. However, if your sale fell through today, I want to help you. Call me on this number. Now, by the way, you use a lady's name. Okay, call Paula on this number. Why do you use a lady's name? Do people like to speak more to men or women when they've got a problem? To women, it feels less threatening, it feels more comfortable, more people are open to it. When they call your number and they ask for Paula, A, you know exactly which piece of marketing it came from. You know you'd use Paula's name on those letters, so you instantly know their sales fallen through today. Okay? It's told you that. It's Paula there. No, I'm really sorry, she's not here. Can I help you? Well, now they've made the call and they're engaged with you and they hear that you're a nice person, they'll speak to you. Okay? But you know that it's from one of those letters. It immediately positions you and you know where they're at. So you're literally cycling round. It's costing you, teenager, £5 an hour times 2 hours, £10. I know you can't get your own teenager for £5 an hour, but you'll get somebody else's. So it's costing you £10 each week to have these letters delivered. Let's assume you do that for a whole year. You spend £500, but you get a deal where they call you and they say, do you know what? We're desperate to sell the house. You said you could help. How can you help? And now you're in touch with them, you're speaking to them, and you go in and you help. Because if they're in a chain, there's 6 people in pain in that chain. And by the way, there's 6 estate agents in pain in that chain. So what you do is you go in and you say, do you know what? What made it fall through? And they tell you, and you go, do you know what? Would you be happy to take a 5,000 cut to get this deal done still if everybody else was willing to do that? Yeah, I would. And then you go speak up and down the chain. Were you happy to? Are you happy to? Suddenly you've got 6 people all happy to take a 5,000 cut. That's a 30,000 discount. You can buy one of those houses in that chain. Okay. And then you go to the estate agents. You say, estate agents, are you happy to take 750 off your fees to get this done now today to put some money back in the pot? Yes. 6 of them. Okay. That's another 4,500. You've now got £34,500 in the deal. You buy one of the houses, you go on the end, get the 34,500 discount, the rest of the chain still gets to move, still gets to complete, etc. So there's more to learn about how to implement fully, but the bottom line, you're getting them in touch. Or they abandon the chain. They don't care about people back down the chain. They go, you know what, I'd just sell to you. We're in boxes. We want to move. I'll take 10 grand, 15 grand off the price. Just please, will you buy my house? Yeah, of course, I'll buy your house. So there you have it. There you have it. Those are 3 of the most powerful sourcing strategies that my team use to find £100 million worth of world-class property every month. As you've seen, these are all free or low-cost strategies that you can start using tomorrow. Right now, you can go put those strategies in place. So I always like to give you an action on the end of these videos. So here's your action. You need to take this action before you watch my next video coming soon, okay? I want you to go buy a bag of donuts. Can you do that? And I want you to walk into your local estate agents and leave it on the counter and say, here you go, I brought these for you, and walk back out. Can you do that? Can you walk, okay? And can you leave donuts on the counter, okay? In the next video, so please go do that. Take action to lock this stuff in. Doing the learning doesn't work on its own. Learning times action, learning times action. Don't forget about this, go do that. And in the next video, the final video in this series, I'm going to show you how to monetize every world-class property you find, because you won't necessarily want them all for yourself. You'll want lots of them, I promise you. But how the heck do you monetize them if you get more properties coming in, because you will, than you thought you wanted? How do you make sure you can buy them all with none of your own money? How do you make sure you do this? How do you monetize them? So I'm going to show all of that in the next video. So until then, thank you for watching this video to the end. You know, look after yourself, look after the people you love, invest with knowledge, invest with confidence, create financial freedom, and I'll speak to you really, really soon. Thanks a lot for listening. See you soon.